Join us on BCCTV for a new series titled Community Circle.
It's diversity, resilience, and the spirit of community.
You know, who has inspired you and why their story is important.
Person is supposed to be sitting in the bus and have a white person.
I think that you should say that because I'm thinking of Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Welcome to Community Circle.
Welcome all our community members from different parts of our region or Ontario. I know some people are coming from Toronto, Milton, Etobicoke, and all the rest of the Mississauga and all that. So you can know that our community people are very committed, especially when they talk of Brampton involvement. And I want to use this opportunity to thank every one of you for your engagement, participation, involvement in the program pertaining Brampton City. And I also want to thank you. In fact, I want to thank you especially because you've been one of the MP that always reachable. I mean, like, you are engaging with us. When you're called, you attend. I know many times you come to my studio when it's not fully set up yet. I want to thank you. So that is why, you see, most of us have made it possible to honor you today. And I want to encourage that you keep doing what you're doing. I want to have a shake. And so thank you for BCCTV. And like I said, you're coming back to our studio to make sure that we highlight more of all your commitments. I know you sent all the grant and the program that is going on in the community, and we really appreciate you. So thank you so much for the work you're doing.
Thank you. It's these words truly means a lot to me. I am honestly humbled and honored with the presence of those all beautiful and very important people. I know it's a working day and it's afternoon. You must have left some commitments to make effort to be here.
Honestly,
it's for me. It is it's a testament of your commitment and your contribution, and therefore I'm always there to assist in any way I can.
Yeah, thank you so much.
To recognize that contribution because I truly believe that Black communities. Sacrifices and the struggle and their resilience. I have so much inspiration from this community. I've read many people, their struggle, how they escaped slavery, how they tried to. I remember the first year I made this statement of Black History Month's contribution in House of Commons of that couple who escaped through U.S. Through the tunnel, came to Canada, and who made their home to assist people for medical needs, because at the time the members of Black community, they were not allowed to get treatments from hospitals or clinics. And I get his inspiration from our Honorable Jean Augustine, because she's a trailblazer. She's the first one who broke these barriers in Canada. And I was having a conversation with her, and at the point, like there was a time, it was not an equal opportunity to go on a media or talk about things.
Yeah.
So I think it's a constant struggle, and you all have been putting your efforts and your time and contribution, and it is really important for us to recognize these contributions.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
Like you see, I like the fact that he introduced the personalities that are here. People here, they don't make noise, but they are equipped. So, and also in our studio now, what we are doing is to bring Black excellence through how they are changing narratives. It's not just what has happened past history, but now the black people actually changing narrative in all sectors of life. So I think that's where we are going to focus more and bring out the uniqueness, the beauty of the young generations, what they are doing. Like, they are all here, right? And I think it will be very important for you to want to know exactly what each of them are doing so that you can also engage, because we tell the story of what you guys are doing. Yeah. So thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you. Keep up the great work, and anywhere if you need my assistance, you know how to reach out to me.
Of course.
Okay.
Or the black community cannot strive when we are being excluded in the economy of Canada. So is there any program right now set apart by the federal government to mitigate discrimination prevailing in employment in Canada, especially that affects the black community?
That's a great question. It's a really important question, and I know we have someone from Federation of Black Canadians. This gentleman would know a lot more than anybody else. Can I have you here? I remember attended your event with the. And if you could, this question. That our government, if we have done something towards this, what the question here is.
So hello everyone, first Chris Thompson here. Glad everybody could be here today. Thank you for the introduction earlier. So I'm from the Federation of Black Canadians. We're a national not-for-profit that seeks to support the black community. We do programs, advocacy work, and services across Canada. So we're in about 8 provinces. So, yes, you did. So what he's mentioning is he did come to our annual gala last year, which we talked to. So we're humbled to be able to be part of some of the funding elements that came out or has come out from the federal government, the Liberal government. So the Black Entrepreneurship Program was one of the largest fundings that came out, really directed at supporting entrepreneurial development. So for a lot of the entrepreneurs in the room, money across Canada went into three arms. One was FACE, which people may be aware of. FACE Coalition, which is there to support loans and appropriate for the black community that have been able to participate or get some from the major streams. Then we have the Black Ecosystem. So there's about 48, give or take 48 groups across Canada that were able to, their goal was to receive funding for groups who may need additional support in either running the ecosystem, pivoting their business, or growing a little bit more so they could be business ready to receive a loan from either FACE or the community. There's several of those organizations. We offer our own, so I can get your contact as well for anybody here for the businesses. So we offer that entrepreneurship business where we do training, and also there's funding to be rewarded through pitch competitions and different proposals. And then finally, there's what's called the Knowledge Hub. The Knowledge Hub is actually going toward addressing the ecosystem in terms of analytics. So we have a lot of, we know that there's great work, a lot of businesses, in order to translate that into, I would say, proposals that can be used to intersect into the business ecosystem so we can draw out more funds. They've been mandated to actually, and if you're not aware of this, I can get your contacts and get you pulled in. What they're trying to do is actually get as much data as they can, and this is like, it's not, this is what they're mandated to do. So it's important that we know and we use these resources and hold people accountable that we're getting out there, because actually their goal is to put as much of the mapping together so then we can actually demand or request our fair share of money for economic opportunities to start our businesses. So that is the Knowledge Hub. If everybody knows what Dream Legacy, I don't know if you heard that organization has. So they're heading it up within Carleton, but they actually just launched their mapping tool. So if you need a reference to get on that, so your businesses can be on there and the data can start being developed, I'll help with that as well. Okay. But apart from that, I will say, what we are pushing for is that funding that's come out, I forget the actual number. I think it was in your portfolio there.
Over 26 million. Over 26 million.
Over 26 million. So the real thing, though, we want to continue and work with our allies and our push is that funding needs to be renewed, because as it came in the first commitment of it was from 2018, but the money didn't roll out till about 2020 or 22. Great that it happened, and great, but it was, a lot of you are probably catching up to it, right? Probably hearing it for the first time or not really aware of it. Our goal in the proposal is that the government continues to renew the funding into the next fiscal. You know, we have to support them, they support us. And the idea is that so we can really continue to push this funding down to the community, to organizations like mine. But I will say, I know you said my organization got, but it wasn't my organization that got the money. I'm one of a large amount of groups who got it. So, 48. So yeah, FBC didn't get everything.
My question for you is, what tool have you been using to disseminate this message across the Black community?
Yeah, so for us in the last year and a half, we've supported 250 Black entrepreneurs across the provinces. What we mainly use is going to community events, we use social media, we go out all the time. I've been to like, I don't know how many events in the last week, trying to get it across. I run into great people all over. So the idea is basically all the tools available to us from social media to physical, but also it's word of mouth. Me and my team can get out to so many things, but I have to extend it just like I'm doing for FACE or I'm doing for the Knowledge Hub. So it's really getting out there, adding to our listserv, newsletters, pushing it out, meeting with great people. So I hope to meet more people in this room so I can add it to the list. But that's what we're trying to do.
That's a great, Chris, thank you so much for explaining it. Stay here, please. Look, to your question, idea in mind, because thank you for explaining, because I think it's people have no knowledge of it.
Yeah, it's hard to much
information is not there. So I'm going to ask you to give what your organization do, some background, so we can send it to our newsletter.
No problem.
That the community, because our newsletter goes to every business and every household in the riding.
Okay.
So that way the information will go out, and we can also outcome of this today's event, we can put an event together down the road with your availability where you come and give a presentation, give information to invite all the Black organizations, reps, say who can come here, because there are a lot of people who do not know about the program. And I think that's what we need to. I think this is your question brought this idea in mind, so I think I need your help on that. Thank you. And he's been doing an amazing work throughout Canada, leading the way, trying to reach out to the community and organizations to provide knowledge and assistance. So thank you for on behalf. Yes.
So just on the point of the event, I'm happy to let you know that on the 10th of March,
the
company organization is called A&A.
Thank you.
We're organizing the second edition of what we call Business Advantage Symposium. It's taking place in Oakville.
Okay.
Ministers of small business, Richie Valdez will be there, Ruby Sahoda will be there. The Black empowerment, Black entrepreneurship stakeholders he's mentioned will also be there. So that's, depending when you organize that event, because that will be a very fantastic opportunity for people to get to know what's happening. And one of the things we're going to do is that we're going to do an assessment of how successful the first tranche of money, because a lot of money was given out, $100 million to the Black entrepreneurship ecosystems, and $160 million to FACE Coalition. We're going to be asking questions.
Always royal. That's it. Always royal.
Thank you.
So tell me, this meeting today with MPLA. So what was unique about it today?
It just shows that sense of diversity that he has been promoting in this office. You can see how accessible he is. He's one of the most accessible politicians in this country, and he's willing to support to his best ability to ensure that he support the Black community. So we are very honored and pleased to be with him here today. It was a nice event.
Interesting. Is there more Blacks could do? Because someone said that the Blacks we've been asking, but we should also look at what more we could do. I think
advocacy. We need to be pushing more with our advocacy work. Okay. So that will help a lot. So when we sit at home, we're taking the Armageddon will fall from heaven, we won't move forward. So I would say advocacy. If there's any issue affecting the Black community, we should always advocate and make our voice very loud. So yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So there's one request.
Yes.
There's economic value. There's lots of growth opportunities. But I want to ask, and I'm sure I'm asking on behalf of everyone here, can you help us foster the unity value in our community? I don't know how you're going to do it. I know it's all up to us, both the Black Africans, our Caribbean brothers and sisters. We all need to work together, unite, and help push, move the needle forward. That's the only request I'm making on behalf of everyone here.
I will certainly work on this, and I would need your help. Maybe we can set up a meeting, and let's sit down and see how we can plan something, a roadmap. I'll be happy to take this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a great.
Series of grant application available have been sent from different MPs, but one thing is to receive it, another thing is to be able to, being approved by that grant. So many of these, I think I'm speaking the mind of everybody here, many of the grants available either by federal or Ontario, most of them are not approved. And the last time we went to Ottawa, they announced that, oh, these billions of dollars, these millions of dollars. Where is it going? Because I'm not seeing anything, right? So a lot of money out there. They say, okay, they issue to the Black. Yes, they wrote it on the book, application guidelines. But trust me, I don't know if any of you is seeing the billions and the millions into our organization. We don't see them, and our proposal is not approved. Many of them are not approved. So I actually want to know why. Even if I know that by putting your document and being a rightful state of qualification is very important, but even then, most of us have walked through all that, and we are still standing. But then we don't have the money.
Look, as a government, our job is to allocate, recognize that sector and allocate money, make policy. Approval and disapproval, there's an organization who get approved and there's organization who do not get approved. That is a decision that official make. Political interference is not there, but where is an issue, we can, sometimes what happens is maybe that the fund allocated is for different objective and your application might not match those objectives. But if you encounter any issues, we can always reach out to them and then tell them where they make an error or they make improvement. This is a constant struggle. We all need to work together, and we also need to get help from the person like Chris, who comes with the great knowledge. He's been working with organizations across Canada. There is so many organizations who have received funding. I think that's why we were planning to have this seminar or the community meeting where he comes and gives that background, how to put your application together, what to do and what not to do. And I think that's where we need a bit more knowledge. And also on the official side or ministry side, I'm always there to assist. Please bring forward those issues and we can highlight those issues so they will be streamlined according to the need of the community.
How are you doing, ma'am? Interesting. So, yeah. A beautiful time with MP Shafqat Ali today. So, for you, what's your take home today?
Well, we always know that he is one of our MP that like to bring people together.
That's right.
And I'm very grateful because a lot of Black from different communities, they came to join the meeting. I think it's very interesting. Wow. I love that. Yeah.
Interesting. So, what are you taking home today from this meeting?
What I'm taking home?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, today, like he said, he's going to look into those who are having problems with their grant applications and see how they can help them, because there have been a complaint that most of the proposals and grants.
I know you raised that. You raised that.
Well, but that's true. We've been in community. I think I'm one of the community leader that not just being a leader, but dedicate and involve 100% into community job. I know many people are working, making money here and there.
Were you satisfied with his response?
Well, but at least it tried. I hope they will look into that so that other organizations, struggling organizations, can arise and be able to meet up the demand for the work. There's a tax here for community to be solved. So I believe that organizations that have gotten themselves involved to an initiative should be able to embark on their mission to deliver such initiative.
Let me say happy
Black History Month. Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Mechanism for when the government doles out money and they are counting billions of dollars to the communities and stuff. Is there any mechanism for receiving feedback from those people who assess the money? And is there any feedback mechanism again? That's the second one, where the government goes and sees, okay, oh, there are complaints here and there. So how actually was the money get disbursed? And who got it, who didn't get it? Then we go and do a kind of audit on the people that got it. That way, everybody will be so passionate about this grand stuff. But as it stands now, it's all about money in the papers. Who is not getting to the hands of the people that should actually make good use of it?
So great question. Look, we have a rule here in Canada, and everybody abides by the rule. We have oversight. All organizations, they have to file their returns, that they have to file their disbursement, how they allocate their money, where they spend money. I think we have a mechanism, every department has it. So if there's any issues, we can always highlight to the department and work on it. Yes, sorry, Ryan.
Yes. All right, so I was going to say, especially, on Black History Month, one of the things that would be very helpful, especially for the community that we have here from Africa, from the Caribbean, and even Latin America and everything, we should really put an emphasis on government's commitment towards engaging with the region itself. Okay. Because we see now, I always come knocking at your door if I read, where is the strategic engagement and strategy for Africa, for the Caribbean, for Latin America? And I know I keep knocking at your door on it,
always,
but there was a reason. Now we are seeing that reason come to fruition. Now that we see March 4th, there will be tariffs. And so we have to be very forward thinking. And the truth is, this helps position Canada. It is good business to engage with Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. It is very sensible business, especially now. This is where we position ourselves in terms of soft power diplomacy. This is where we see how we could address the issue now that with Trump trying to put tariffs on, we have new markets. We have new markets where we have the resources that are needed. We have the intellectual capital that's needed. This positions Canada on the map. So I think one of the things that we need to do is not almost treat, look what we're doing for the community, aren't we great? But seeing the true economic, the true intellectual value of the Black community in terms of how we can go. We still do business with the countries of our origin. How the government can leverage us to engage so that we can be able to successfully contribute and strengthen the relationship between Canada, Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. That's my thought.
Thank you, Ryan. A very important question and proposal. Look, this tariff, it has changed the way we've been doing business, and we've been dealing with things. This is in our history. Nobody ever imagined that we would be pushed into the situation we're in by south of the border. That is a very serious situation, and honestly, it has opened eyes. And diversification of doing business with other countries, other regions, I think it is really important. Although our government from 2015 until now have a signed agreement with Europe, with other countries. We're in the only country in G7 which has diversified the trade agreements with the different nations. But you rightly said that we need to look beyond those markets and expand our trade and diversify it. And I think we can use this leverage, having a community here to become ambassador, to build those relationships and to have that trade in the different markets.
My name is Gideon Atuyebe, Pastor.
Pastor, nice meeting you, sir.
Good to meet
you. Oh my goodness, man. Interesting. So, how are you? How's the family? So, happy Black History Month. So, you?
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah. So, tell me about today's event. So, what's special about today's event?
It's quite good. First of all, we know each other more. Two, what bothers me most is that everybody was asking about what they can get, not about what they can give.
Yeah.
You see, it's give and take.
That's right.
That's life.
Yeah.
The contributions the Africans, the black can make to the development of Canada. Because that's where they abide. You build a house and you take care of it.
That's right.
Okay?
Yes.
So it's wisdom. A house is built anyway. You must know what exactly you want before you can get. I mean, what you can give before you can get what you want.
Wow, I never expected that. That's the wisdom of the elders. That's why it's good to start with the elders.
My name is Daryl.
Daryl?
Yes, Daryl. I'm the chair of the Brampton Economic and Empowerment Network. Along with my co-founder here, Ryan Alcock, is the vice chair of the Brampton Community and Economic Network, or BCCTV for short.
Interesting.
You know, we are a non-profit organization within the community of Brampton and the city of Brampton, and we've been in business for about 6 years now. So what we've been doing strategic engagement with our community and the city of Brampton to try and get economic empowerment for our residents through advocacy, education, and strategic partnerships with other organizations. As this is our 6th year in business, we've been very, very successful. We've launched the very first memorandum of understanding between the city of Brampton and the country of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we are very proud for that. We've also done a couple flag raisings for our community here, particularly for Barbados and for St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well too. So it's been very, very beneficial to us. You know, we do have a lot of plans for our community along the way within the upcoming months. So right now, getting to know your business here will be beneficial because we want to get the word out to our community members so that way they can come by and take part in our...
That's a great one. That's a great one. Now, as regards this meeting today with the MP, so what's the niche for you? What are you taking home from this very good?
MP Shafqat Ali and our organizations, we've been in very close contacts. He's a tremendous supporter of our organization, and one thing I can definitely say is that he's a very hardworking individual and a man of his word. Whenever we reach out to him, he definitely gets back to us right away, and he also supports us by, you know, telling us about events that they're doing as well too, and we also try to encourage his office to come out and spread the word of events that they're doing for our community. So the takeaway from this event that we received today was that we truly support MP Shafqat coming out and celebrating Black History Month for our community. You know, every year he tends to do that, and every year he also invites us up to Ottawa as well too, to be part of that Black History event as well too. So he does truly care about the Black community, and like I said, we are a tremendous supporter of his.
Wow, interesting. My own brother, man.
Yes, sir.
So, what's your take on all of this?
No, well, I think it was reiterated here by Daryl, but basically the whole fact is he's saying that he stands in support, and the key thing is he's willing to listen. So he's trying to talk to us, not talk at us, and that I think is sometimes one of the biggest issues, is that whenever people are doing any events for Black History Month, they start talking at us, almost like, you should be grateful that we're doing this and we're acknowledging you. Aren't you lucky? And it's like, really? So, I mean, but on a serious note, you see he's willing to listen. He's willing to advise to even clear up any misunderstanding.
Right.
Yes. But I think the key thing is he also understands the value from which is about our mission in engaging with Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Because the only way you're going to value the community is by strengthening the relationships with the country where you do business. Because I mean, as someone from England comes to Canada, they're going to be treated with with great respect, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be treated with great respect and honor because they know what the history of England and what it brings to the table.
Yeah.
So the only way we have to command respect, and the only way we do that is by showcasing the opportunities and the strategic partnerships and opportunities that the Caribbean, Latin America, and Africa
So it's
offer.
key that as blacks, we should not just be looking at what we can get.
Yes,
but
no, it's what we can give. And so it's about a good, equitable exchange, right? And that's what we're about. The key thing about it is partnership and strategic partnership with win-win situations. Sometimes we go like cap in hand, gimme, right? And those days are done. It's not about what you can give and what you can take from someone and everything is
Also,
what can you
bring,
give, what you bring to the table, how do you enhance, and then even as I always say, it's one thing to have a seat at the table, but do you know what table you're sitting at, right? So
for presenting this to me, man. I'm so happy. So what are the benefits of
what? This was presented to you?
Yes, by the one and only Nakpe.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Nakpe, before I have him say one or two things, can you just give us a little
talk about this?
Oh, yes. I just received this frame. It's a plaque from Nigeria. So the plaque depicts a typical African setting in the village. You can see this small house here, the family structure. You see these houses, mound houses in the village. The women cooking, you see the native pots, the firewood, the pounded yam as well. It's a typical village setting in Africa.
Manuel, tell me, this gathering today, this event hosted by MP Ali.
Yes.
So, what was the niche for you today?
Well, it was a great opportunity to connect with many people. I don't know how the MP did it, but the people I met here are people who are considered the cream of the crop when it comes to the black community in Southern Ontario. So when you speak to those people and you get them engaged, the information cascades to the rest of the community. We had opportunity to hear him out, celebrate the black community, also share some of the things he's been able to do. But I think one of the things we also talked about was how can we ensure there's inclusiveness for the black community in terms of commerce, in terms of culture, in terms of other areas, and that's what we need to work on. In fairness to him, the government is not responsible for doing everything for us. We need to take responsibility. We have a rich culture, we have intelligent people. It's how we galvanize all the resources and actually ensure that we empower Canada. We may have come from different places, but we came as empowered people. Canada has done a good job of bringing people who are skilled on their own. The question is, how do we now leverage those resources internally? If there's any challenge I think Canada needs to work on is that Canada spends a lot of effort ensuring that they bring in the best, but there needs to be a better job of leveraging the resources of those people for the economic advantage of the country. That's an area that I think we need to work on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like to share my story, and for reason to share this story to recognize the contribution of the moms, because every person's upbringing, I think, starts from motherhood. The moms makes family, moms make community, mom makes make nations. I think I was 10 when my father passed away. It was the mother. Mothers and sacrifices, contribution, commitment, dedication, strength. It's matchless. They would sacrifice everything for their kids. And I'm taking this opportunity because you talked about Mama here, her contribution in upbringing my sister. Thank you to all mothers here and across the world, because without their sacrifices, without their contribution, a nation cannot be built. And we often forget to recognize their contribution. So thank you to all moms who are here.
We have one more person who would like to say a few words.
Yes, please.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Again.
Princess,
and thank you so much, Andy, for what you're doing. I'm sure you recognize this.
Power Explosions, yes.
We started in 2020, 4 years now? This is the 5th year, 2020.
Wow.
And you've always given us a letter of congratulations, but last year you did not.
Oh.
So let's just make sure we get it this year.
I am so sorry. I missed that opportunity. I always look for that opportunity. Maybe it's from the team, it might have been overlooked or.
We know life happens. We know life happens. Well, thank you for what you're doing, and I do want to appreciate everybody here. To what my brother said, Emmanuel Ladigola, this is the cream of the cream.
Yes.
Some of the things that a lot of people may not know is that I was actually a steering board member of Federation of Black Canadians when he had no name, right?
Yeah.
But here we are today. So grateful for everything that everybody is doing. But we want to use this opportunity to present you
That'd
with
be great.
magazine.
This
If
is
you
an
please come to
honor.
the side.
Thank you.
Thank you so
so
much.
much. It's truly an honor.
I celebrate my MP. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Well. Okay. I have just about 3 questions for you today. And first and foremost, let me say thank you for having this very beautiful gathering today. And I think it's a beautiful one on a working day, and it's so a beautiful time indeed with the number of persons we have here today. So tell me, what inspired this?
It's what inspired me. Like, it's a working day, and BCC here, and very important people in the community. They took the time out and graced me honor with their presence to celebrate Black History Month. So that is inspiring. That shows their commitment. That shows their dedication, and that shows that how everyone takes it so serious, that a Black History Month and these discussion and these conversation and working together. So they left their other things, their jobs, their businesses, to be here, to celebrate Black History Month and to have this important conversation. This is inspiring.
Interesting. One of the things that maybe the Black community, because they will be watching this after all. So now, looking at moving forward, we've talked about celebration of the Black History Month, and we're also talking about Black excellence. Because as we look at, the history we have behind, it's also expected that what the Blacks are doing presently is very key in also looking at the future. So, 2 questions in one will be, how do you think we can better amplify and celebrate the achievements and contributions of Black Canadians, particularly in the realm of politics and public service?
It's a very important question. I think events like this are really important. We have to see that how in the past our pioneers, especially from Black community, broke the barrier. How they have the community come where it is today, and how we need to work moving forward. What are the things we need to focus on? It is important to see that history, how those people from the community struggle and broke those barriers, and what are the things they have done to achieve these objectives. We need to amplify those. We need to keep working. This work and their legacy should not stop. We should take on, and then we move the torch to our younger generation, to educate them, to give them a knowledge, to empower them, that how this community have gone through the struggling time and how we came here and how we can achieve more inclusivity and more equality. There's a constant work needs to be done, and that's what our government has recognized, and that's why it is, for me, it's really important because I am a grassroots person. I'm not a typical
I am glad you talked about the inclusion and in your team presently, do you have blacks represented or are you planning to?
We have a Black Caucus. I'm a part of a Black Caucus. We have a Black member of Parliament from Black community, and they are doing amazing work. And but we need to come together as a community to continue to work together to improve, well-being of our community.
Okay, my last question. Now, what concrete steps do you believe needs to be taken to address the systemic barriers and inequalities that Black, or let me say some Black Canadians continue to face? And how can we work together to create a more equitable society?
Very important question and very important point. Look, there are not-for-profit organizations working in the community. Those are the grassroots organizations. We have political avenues. We need to come together, get engaged, involve, empower, identify issue, give your feedback, be part of the conversation, and bring your youth in it. Educate them. And just be part of the conversation and identify and then work towards breaking those barriers. I think that would be that is one thing I really encourage everyone to do. Participate.
Interesting.
It's because if you're not bringing forward those issues, and if you're not being part of the conversation and part of the solution, it won't resolve.
That's right.
So we need to bring our youth in it.
Interesting.
And we need to show them it's a bright side, because I had a chance to meet with this medical student who came from one of our African country. Not only went through struggle of education, he wanted to become a doctor, and he's in a medical school here.
Wow.
He came to meet me, and I was so inspired and so happy that the commitment he has to make a difference in the community. He's not only focusing on his education, but also wanted to be part of the discussion, how he can make a difference in the community. So we need to tell these stories to our youth, to bring them, to engage them, to make them part of our discussion.
Interesting. Thank you so much, beloved MP Shafqat Ali.
And thank you so much for Black Community Canada TV for doing an amazing work. Because you take the information, you empower the community, you tell them what is happening, and I think that's a one way of engaging the community.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. We appreciate you immensely. Congratulations.
And happy Black History
Month.
This is Community Circle.